Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Perth's Premier Podcast, Monkey Sword Fight, with me, your host, Jordan Patrick, and my co-host, Mr. Michael Dots.
Word with Dots. Don't forget who you are, but don't let it get in the way of who you can be.
Oh, shit.
Get out of your own way, folks. Do what you gotta do.
Somewhere, somehow, I can hear Chuff just going,
Chuff just turned off the podcast. We haven't even sent it out yet. She's already
I think she just does that wee wind on 10 seconds when he gets to Word with Dots.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Skip through all the ads on other podcasts.
Got
Not ours, though.
Andy Mack on the ones and twos, as per usual.
What's happening?
How you doing, Squire?
I'm very good.
Also, this week's episode is brought to you by Paul Patrick's Plumbing and Heating. Local, family-run heating services. No job too small, no job too large. Gas safe registered. Can cover you from heating system installations, bathroom installations, all jobbing works, boiler services, landlord certificates, and power flushing. Get in contact. Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating on Facebook.
Yeah.
Job done.
Yeah, nice.
Paying the bills.
Yeah. We will say big thank you out to our sponsor, Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Who has, with his new investment, has made Andy's life and got us some nice, fancy, proper mics for recording with.
Do we sound great? Do we sound better than we normally sound?
I think Andy, we did a wee test run, and I heard Andy's pinger hit the bottom of the table. The audio,
A loud, heavy thud.
that you can hear really clearly on these new microphones.
Did my floor in here? It's crazy.
I told Grant George from Badlands when I was in there that we were getting mics, and he got super excited because she's a bit of an audiophile as well.
Oh,
So
all right.
I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. But yeah, thank you once again, Paul, who apparently is our listeners, one of their favourites. Nothing but positive feedback for Big Brother.
Is it from the ladies?
No, just in general. Dudes love him too.
Yeah. The last one episode he was on was really good though. It was a little blue. It was a little wild, but it was good. It was good.
I think what people like that because we kind of let loose a little bit.
So we're just gonna go into sports and just get this over with. This is what I was saying.
Due diligence first. Thank you for everyone who's gotten back to us on Facebook, Podbean, Twitter, Instagram, and now
Spotify, yeah. I saw we had a couple of streams, literally a couple of streams.
Doesn't matter.
Today.
It's on there, man.
Yeah, but if that's what's easy for you to listen to us on, dive in. If you got Spotify open all day.
I was super excited, man, that we're on there.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? It was came as right. Andy Mack was making moves. He just kept getting. I was on a conference call at work and just kept getting like notifications popping up on my phone from the Monkey Sword Fight Gmail account. That's monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com.
And we're
Smooth.
And we're
constantly getting those alerts from Podbean as well, just saying, "Oh, you have a new follower. You have a new follower." So that's good to see. Thank you.
We do. We appreciate everything, all the feedback, all the listens, all the shares. Anyone who's even taken the time to just shout at us in the street. Feedback mostly has been about the brand new logo.
Yes.
Well, can I just say the updated logo?
The updated logo. Both are great, by the way. The original and the new one is great. The new one, if you haven't seen it, well, if you're listening to this, you would have seen it. But it's got a little 80s retro theme to it, which we all love.
Andy Mack just dropped that in the group chat out of nowhere.
I know.
To be fair, that was Bob's just dropped that on me
Aye.
out of nowhere because he's just like, here, do you fancy an updated logo? I was like, aye, on you
For
go.
those, it was pimping.
It was.
I can't wait to get on a fucking t-shirt.
I
would wear the shit out of that t-shirt even if this wasn't our podcast.
Yeah, I put a t-shirt, like a made-up t-shirt that I was messing around with on Instagram. I hope everyone has seen it. Monkey Sword Fight Podcast, all one word on Instagram. And it looked really good. On the black, with the purple, those dark purples, it looked awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. That's so let's see if we can drum up a bit of interest. You could have your very own Monkey Sword Fight t-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, folk have been messaging into the Instagram. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. I had a look on the Instagram before it came out, and there was a couple of messages. One from Shoutout to Night and Day Podcast.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
PJ and Alana, and they were saying they would get one. There was somebody else as well had messaged saying,
Yeah.
I'll need to pull it up and have a look. But
Oh, yeah. We'll leave that with us, folks. We'll see if we can drum up a bit of interest.
Yeah, I was thinking like having that new logo on the front and then on the back have like the monkey sword fight, like you know what we use for the hashtag, like the monkey sword fight emojis.
Yeah.
Are like right on the back between the shoulders or something. Just something for the back, something subtle.
Oh, God, I'm so excited. Making moves, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah,
Everyone liked the logo except for one person.
yeah. Look,
Andy, who made the original logo, he was a little salty. He tried to cover it up to say that he was like, "Oh no, it's fine. You know, it's cool." No, guess you guys didn't like the original logo, but we do like the original. It's incorporated in the new one.
Yeah,
it's all part of the upgrades.
Ultron,
Now, I've
yes.
still got more upgrades that you two guys don't know about, and obviously the listeners don't know about yet. But obviously this is stage one complete.
Still
I'll believe it when I see it.
Still honeydicking us right now.
But
Honey dick.
look at the upgrades. Like say, new mics, Spotify, new logo.
Like I think Mike
loads of
was
stuff.
it was about 9 o'clock this morning. We were in the group chat, and Mike's
Yeah.
like, "I can't fucking wait to talk into a microphone tonight."
I know, it feels so good.
But I say it's because like obviously Andy came in pretty early indoors, but like me and Mike have been doing this now. We did this into my iPhone, and it was always like scary biscuits because we'd have to wait for about 45 minutes after the episode to make
Yeah.
sure the episode didn't delete itself.
Yeah, and then I would get that message from Jordan like, it didn't upload. I was like, oh shit, what's going on?
There was this one time we spent like an hour and a half, and it felt like a really good episode, and it just didn't fucking work, man. And it was like emailing bumpers. And,
Yeah, with Lena. I don't follow her anymore. I gotta follow her, but I was
unfollowed
harassed.
her?
Yeah, I was harassed. Well, bumpers went away, so I was like, I don't really need to talk to you. But I was harassing her all the time, like, we need to get this fixed. Dozens of our followers.
Shout out to Bumpers who gave us the platform, and now we're
14 episodes.
14 episodes.
you did on Bumpers.
Find
so-
them. They're still up there.
Are they?
They're still there.
Oh, I feel bad. I'm not shitting on bumpers or Lena.
No, Bumpers was awesome. That gave us a start. That got us into this, and now we've got our fancy new mics with color coordinated mic covers.
Yeah, foam covers. Yeah, got green for Jordan.
I always wanted to say this. I'm a levels good. How am I levels? Am I levels good?
Yeah,
Levels is good. Levels is good. That's what the rappers say.
Just
innit?
keep these boom right in front of your mouth. Perfect.
Right. So Mike's point earlier. Now we've got through feedback. Should we just jump into sports?
Might as well. Let's just get right into sports.
What's the goalie doing, Tom?
What's the goalie doing?
What's the goalie doing?
Yeah, the football happened.
Let's just roll back a little bit. 'Cause as soon as Jordan walked in, first of all, he took off his hoodie and he exposed his 2018. Is that the new one?
This is the new away
This
top.
the new away top. Yeah.
New Celtic away top.
So exposing his Celtic pride here. But it is what it is, man. I
Look,
guess.
man, it was the way I see it, and like I say, I'm biased, but I've heard this from a lot of people who aren't Celtic fans. Rangers were poor.
They were
and
poor.
If it wasn't for Alan McGregor, it was 1-0 going on 5-0.
Yeah,
and then he should have been fucking
And
sent
the
off.
crossbar.
And the crossbar. And then I heard this today as well. So did you see his stamp on Ayer?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he's not getting charged for it.
Is he not getting fined or anything?
This is after he dropped the We Are the People's elbow on the poor boy the other week as well.
They're a finisher for you.
You were dying to get that in,
I
right?
can't take credit for that. I've seen it on Twitter. It's my favourite shit that I've read. But so that's Morelos got that red card rescinded for kicking the boy off the ball. McGregor gets away with the elbow, and then he full on kicks the boy in the deck.
That Morelos looks like a Simpsons character, doesn't he? He's
Do you
got
not
like a
think-
weird looking
Do you not
face.
think he looks like Sloth from the Goonies?
A little bit.
He does a bit.
A
But
better
like-
looking version.
Like, I'm
yes.
not going to say too much because I was proper nervous about last week. But
You
the
were
fact,
shitting it.
but Rangers were terrible, and like that was the easiest 1-0 I've ever seen.
They were really poor in the first half.
Yeah,
Like,
they got
really,
better in
really
the second
poor.
half, but even then, I don't think they looked threatening.
Yeah.
And I was more annoyed than anything. I was disappointed in Stevie Gerrard, the referee, cost us. And I was like, look, mate,
Don't complain like
like
that.
that. To me, it was if it was a foul, it would have been a soft one. Probably wouldn't have complained, but if it was the other way around and it had been given as a foul, he'd be screaming for that.
I think he's trying to do like that Jose Mourinho thing.
Yeah.
Where it's
What's
building
that?
that mentality. It's all of them against us. Us
Okay.
against them. The
That's-
world, it's all
I
against
kind
us.
of hoped against hope that he would like. Look, they've been together, and he did sort of mention it. Like they've been together
did,
for 150 odd games. They're a good side. They're well organised. But saying the ref cost us, and like he was giving it all this, and I was like, look, mate, if it wasn't for McGregor, who should have been sent off in the end of the first half,
Yeah.
it would have been a cricket score.
He was playing his ass off. Like, he played really
Oh
well.
yeah,
He-
they had a fucking fantastic game. Like, and the goal itself was a great team goal.
Yeah.
And it was one of those games, and Andy, you'll agree, just if you're watching football, it was one of those games where it would have to be a goal like that to break it down, because McGregor was on fire. And if Gordon had to play that way, he would have been man of the match. But look, I'm not going to be a total arsehole about it as much as I want to be. I've been winding the Huns up on Twitter.
Oh, I saw you. I saw all the retweets.
I've got it all out my system. Look, they've definitely made up ground, but it was clear from the performance that the press had made Rangers out to be this thing and I felt almost like the press had built up Rangers fans themselves.
Yeah, but that does them, the press, a service as well, because it gets people looking at things, clicks, and newspapers, and people still read that. If you have that rivalry there, especially at this point where now people could possibly think that they're even, then boom, you can spin that any way you want, really.
I wanted to get your opinions actually on, just keep it on Celtic, but sort of on the Moussa Dembele
what happened
debacle.
with that?
So, from my understanding was, it got to the end of the transfer window and we'd had an offer made from Lyon. Now, Celtic financially just now don't have to sell, like unless our estimations are met.
Yeah.
And apparently Dembele, we rejected the offer from Lyon, and then Dembele's on Twitter saying things like a man without his word is nothing.
Also, what they told him, we'll get you out of here.
So he was coming out and saying that, they told me that they would let me go. And then all of a sudden they've changed the goalpost. But apparently what happened was Brendan Rodgers is like, well, we don't have a replacement, so no, you can't go. And then he throws all his stuff up on Twitter, which winds me up. Pardon me.
Yeah.
And comes into training the next day with a face like thunder, gets pulled off the pitch after 15 minutes, and Brendan Rodgers takes him away for a word. And I think it's clear from that 15 minutes that
they were like, get out of here.
That was it. So then they accepted this. So we've got 25 million for a player that cost us £250,000.
Yeah.
And had only played 38 games in the last season and a half because of injury.
So, but when he did play, he was pretty good, wasn't he?
Don't get me wrong, man. He was a fantastic player, but I think that it was like the Boyata situation that happened recently. He's come back in the team and he's proved that he's...
I think the difference between that is with Boyata, he's, I guess, in his position with the backup, indispensable. Whereas if you get rid of Dembele, you've still got somebody like Lee Griffiths, who, fair play to him, I think scored his 100th Celtic goal.
Yeah, other day against Sedova, yeah. But
during the week, so I mean, you got cover in that position.
Yeah, Boyata came back into the team though. Brendan Rodgers obviously sorted that out on his own abilities, and fucking Boyata was apart from the sham man of the match against the Huns. Like,
probably be a case of if a reasonable offer comes in January, then you're free to go.
But at least he's come back in and he's doing his job. Whereas what annoyed me about Dembele was going on Twitter. I was like, at the end of the day, you're under contract. The money's in the bank. Do your job until you're able to go. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't do that in any other job in the world.
No, that's true. But like, I don't know. This is kind of something similar that's happened with one of the running backs in the NFL. And they're always preaching about, especially in the NFL, where injury is so prevalent. You know what I mean? Like, you can just blow out your knee and just your career be done. These guys want to get all their money as soon as they can, and they want to get it up front. You know. So sometimes these guys will go to social media and they'll be like, look, that's sometimes how you got to play the game. You know what I mean? I thought it was different here with soccer players, but...
I guess not as renowned, but like I don't like it. That's what I thought to me, is that I don't... Because he came out on Twitter and he was, I've got none respect for the Celtic fans and stuff. I was like, well, if that was the case, then you would just suck it up, play your hardest, and then go when you're actually allowed to go. Yeah. Because Brendan Rodgers, I didn't give him any assurances. I just thought it was a bit strange, but I don't want to talk about Celtic too much more, but I'm on the Celtic. What else? Do we have much else for sports?
Yeah. So NFL kicks off Thursday night. Yeah. Not off to the best starts here, personally. So we had our fantasy
draft. Yeah.
We had a fantasy football draft on Friday night. And at the end of the draft, they'll send you like a rating for your team. I think they may do this for basketball, just to say, out of A, B, C, or F, you get like a rating. So I got like a B+. I was riding high. I was like, I felt like I drafted well. So I'm chilling up at Connie's, and I get like the notification that some guy that I drafted in the third round has already torn his knee up, gone for the season.
Did you not tweet something like that?
I did, yeah. I tweeted this on the night. I said, I know that this team is someone's going to get hurt because I've drafted a good team and I actually like them. So someone's going to have a career-ending injury, and within 48 hours, someone had destroyed their knee. And I was like, oh, well, that's just what it is. So I picked up his backup, and now today, just before you guys got here, Then now they're going to go with the backups back up to start on Sunday. So now I'm totally screwed. But it was just funny. Like I was sitting there going through all the emotions, and Kai doesn't know anything about fantasy football. You know what I mean? So I'm like, should I even talk to her about this? Should I tell her?
Our basketball league last year, my mate Dan Farrell, he won it, and like he didn't come off the top spot for the entire league. And I remember his girlfriend Jura's pals with Chuff, and they were talking on the night out, and she's like, "Is your boyfriend as obsessed with this league as Dan is?" And Megan's like, "I didn't realise he was still in one." Like I would literally wake up, set my line up in the morning, and switch anyone out if they were injured. But apparently Daniel was up watching fucking like highlight reels 5 o'clock every morning on YouTube, checking the pics and seeing who was what.
It's the fine details that determine the winners from the losers.
It does.
We talked about this
Because there's no fine lines in our league. We're all fucking shit at it. But Dan just smoked us.
I hate how it's like a rotisserie league. I wish it was like a week to week, head to head.
I wonder, is there a way we can set it up? Well, we'll talk about this off there because we got 3 weeks until our
draft. I know I got to start preparing.
Yeah, I have no fucking. I just know I'm going to pick LeBron again.
Yeah, you should.
That would be the 3rd year in a row because I reckon this is it. This is the year he goes for it.
But I just thought it was funny, like wanting to vent to someone about this, and then just have my cute girlfriend looking at me like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand."
Or you would call me stupid for it.
I know,
that's
right?
what Megan does. Like she literally just like she's like, I don't care about the sports. It's like when I'm getting pure wound up about it, she's like, doesn't really matter. I'm like, yeah, it does.
But you were saying Chuff got herself an Eagles hat, didn't she?
Yeah, well, she likes NFL, and I think that's because she was spoiled. So she was picked the Eagles for her team last year. And
Convenient.
then of course, she got it at the start of the season. And then obviously the Eagles went and won the fucking Super Bowl.
It's on actually right now in the other room.
Oh, is it?
They're replaying it. This is what they do.
That was such a good game.
It was a really good game.
Such a good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my Jets hat's in the post.
All right. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I know. I'm going to play each other this year. I'm excited for the NFL. I'm going to make a proper effort to actually watch it this year and keep up with it.
I normally get, and this is kind of segueing into the next topic, which is sports related. I normally get Madden around this time of year. I didn't get it yet just because I haven't really been playing PlayStation up enough. I know you're a big FIFA guy, Andy.
Yeah.
You play FIFA quite a bit too with the boy.
The boy. Whenever he brings his PS4 over, I think I'm going to buy it for the Xbox One because like I'm shit at computer games, right? So I've tried getting into Call of Duty and all that shit, and like I don't have the patience for it.
No.
Like if I play a computer game, I want to play it to relax.
Yeah.
But sitting for the same level for an hour and a half on Call of Duty isn't fucking relaxing.
Well, just set the thing down, the slider down.
It's down at the lowest setting.
And
man.
you're still getting killed?
I'm really fucking bad at computer games. And the thing is, I even got to the point where I was watching YouTube videos and I was like, nah, fuck this. I don't care enough. So I'm going to go and buy a FIFA and that's going to be my new...
Okay.
So I'm going to wait for the new one to come out.
boycotting FIFA this year.
Why?
Time consuming because I'm
is.
just a fucking ultimate team whore. So so I'm fucking grinding that weekend league. I'm grinding the trading. I'm trying to find every avenue of cash that I can find. Cards, pick them up, wait for Team of the Weeks to come out, flip them for double the price you paid for them. Just grinding to make money, man.
Ultimate Team's huge on most EA Sports stuff.
So you're doing it out of like consideration for your own productivity.
Yeah, because actually what happened was end of last January, I sold my Xbox because the Christmas holidays were finishing. I was going back to college, and I figured that if I still had the Xbox, I'd be playing too much Ultimate Team and not doing enough of my college work.
Yeah. So
I actually took the decision to take it into game and fucking trade it in. That's dedication, boys.
That is.
But Red Dead Redemption 2 is the way to come out.
Is that like the...
And I'm like that, right? Gumtree, we'll get another Xbox for 150 quid, get Red Dead, and that comes out.
Did you play the first one?
Oh, mate, played it to death.
Oh, wait, hold on. We're getting away from my topic. So, playing online, because you play quite a bit of Ultimate Team, right?
Yes.
And so you have a microphone, headset, and everything?
Oh, I'm a troll.
I was going to say, what do you talk to these people about? Like, if you're
Just
not
talk
being
smack.
an asshole, what do you talk about? Or if you're not talking...
Nothing. I just talk about stuff like their mum, how they're getting absolutely pumped.
When I was playing Fortnite, like when it first came out, I got like some 14-year-old French kid on there, and I was like, I don't even know what to even say to this kid. I don't want to talk about his fucking...
Je suis la bibliothèque.
I
am the library.
That used to be the awesome thing about games, though, is back in the day, you used to meet people in every lobby from all over the world.
Yeah.
And you would chat to them. But then, obviously, party chat was invented. So you and your mates would all sit together in a private party and chat together, but now you don't tend to meet all the people that you used to meet because everybody else does that now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a little side note there.
I've never really been an online gamer. Like, I've never really bothered.
Yeah.
I know Riley plays Fortnite to death, and like, it doesn't really bother me. Like, I'd rather actually have my mates round and stick FIFA on than sit and play FIFA with a stranger.
I was in an online, like an early, like PlayStation 2. I bought the adapter that screwed into the back. I was an early adopter to play online. But I never really won too much because I just felt like it took too much time to adjust to the lag, especially at that time when you had like the dial-up. Not, it was actually, I would have been dial-up at that time, yeah.
Early stages of
It took a while to get used to that lag. And then I won a couple of games. I always had a losing record every time I played on Madden. And then I just got so frustrated and like, I feel like I had anxiety because of it. Because I was like, I just want to win so fucking bad. Like in fucking Bend Don't Break. So I just had to hang it up, man. I'll play Andy Henderson like occasionally. I used to, but I just can't do it.
I don't have the investment in it. Like, I don't mind. I play to win when I play it, but like, I'm not that arsed if I get.
You might have played more through your 20s if you hadn't had a kid.
Yeah,
I'll guarantee you.
You're probably
that.
right. Like,
It's a serious point.
The thing is, I was never big into games. I always preferred like because it was the N64. Was the first game where you could have 4 players on one screen.
Yeah.
And you used to get World Cup 98 on the N64. Me and my mates, we all got N64s one year for Christmas. So it was just like a rotating cycle of whose house we would go around. And we'd all just whip across with our controllers and plug them in and sit and fucking have a game of World Cup.
So what happens when you play with someone and you're in the same room? Because I know like with Madden, I don't want people looking at my plays. So if I'm sitting next to you somewhere, I don't want to have to shield my controller. Do you sit at different levels in the room?
It's not so, the only thing you have to do that one FIFA is penalties.
Yeah.
And then you bring it right up to your face and you fucking...
That's the thing with Madden is because you've got to choose the plays before, each play.
Yeah.
Then you've got to have it on the screen, don't you?
Yeah,
So you've just kind of got to be
You
like,
just got to
right,
hide your controller.
does it not still show you like on the screen? Is it not, or is it like A, B, X or something like that?
It does. There's a way that you can push the shoulder buttons and then pick like the level above it. But if you know the playbook pretty well.
Yeah, but like the way I see it is it comes up with like 3 different plays at once. So they've got a 1 in 3 chance of guessing the right play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't listen. There's probably people who get into it that deep, but like I say, I don't have that level of investment.
Play action pass every play.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I would always go for the Hail Marys. I've no interest in running the ball. I'm wanting to go for the big long passes every time.
I'm fired up. I'm gonna go wait outside a game right now.
When does it come out?
I think it's already out.
Just download it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I could just download it.
See, that's
why
the
don't you
thing.
get it started now and we'll stick around for a game of Madden afterwards?
I only have one controller anyway.
Chuff usually falls asleep anyway. I don't have a bedtime.
Mate, I didn't download them because then when you're finished with them, you can't take them back and trade them in
Oh,
with
you're
something
right.
else.
Yeah.
I'm such a mink, eh? Like, scrounging every fucking
That's what you gotta
penny,
do.
man.
Hustler, bro.
How bad is that?
Hustler.
You spend like 60 pounds in a game. You go in there. You maybe played it for 3 months or something, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll give you 4 pounds for it." You're like, "What? How dare you?"
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm not a big game guy. Like, I should be. Like, if you want to talk computer games, Chuff's the one you should be speaking to.
Yeah.
She fucking loves that. She's pure pumped for the new Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Or Tomb of the Shadow Raider. I don't fucking know.
Definitely getting Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption. When
Gotta
is that?
be done.
November?
No, October 26th. I can't remember.
Can we talk about GoldenEye on the N64?
Oh, we
and then
can
that's
talk
my
about that.
wheelhouse.
That is the Godfather.
The
That was
ultimate
the
multiplayer
game. Yeah, it was the first really good multiplayer game.
First person shooter.
Oh yeah, man.
There was nothing. There was not before GoldenEye. There was really
Yeah.
nothing.
You're right. Yeah.
It was like GoldenEye. Nothing that certainly
Oh, man,
exploded
it was
and
just
took off like it did.
That with the cutscenes and everything about it was brilliant, man. That whole game was beautiful. And I remember they re-released it for the Xbox 360 and it lost something. It just wasn't the same. It's like the big head cheat.
It's always tough with the reissued games because it's like it's a nostalgia thing. It's funny. I was up at Murray Ged's last night. Shout out to Murray Ged.
Very good.
And we were up playing Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty, which is from 2009.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a game we spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on.
Was that the one with the level in Chernobyl?
No, that's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That was the first one.
Oh, that was
when
good,
you're
that
crawling
one.
through the grass. That was voted like the greatest level ever.
I saw that recently. Yeah.
That was like, that was squeaky bum time. I remember doing that, and it was like fucking just sitting in my room by myself at like 3. And that was the one game where I actually did get like balls deep into that.
That's just the story.
That was
Multiplayer's where it's at, bro.
I know.
I did used to like me and my mates used to play Gears of War on
Oh, that
online.
was the Xbox
And
exclusive,
they were
wasn't
like
it?
fucking like they were obsessed with it. But I would just always run about try to cut folk up with a chainsaw. And my mate Mark used to be a fucking demon with a sniper. And there's one time I just kept finding him and just sneak up behind him and chop him in half. And I remember him like throwing an absolute wobbler. It was fucking brilliant. What we get? So we've done sports, we've done games.
We went to the Bend Don't Break review.
We did, yeah.
We haven't podcast since then, have we?
We haven't. No.
Yeah.
Took last week off. It was lovely.
What did you think about it? What's your review? We'll give it a banana review.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was it was good. I wasn't sure what I expected.
Yeah.
But I thought it was quite good to see because obviously it focused on majority of the time. It focused on 4, 5 of the players. It was yourself,
Yeah.
Big J West.
Who's a large man.
Oh Jesus, God, we'll talk about that in a minute. Kenneth
Landon, yeah.
Landon, Craig Blacklaw, and Fraser Thompson.
Yeah. And Chris. Chris Gibson.
Chris Gibson as well.
Yeah.
So they were like the mainstays of the film and went through. And it was good to see because I think it gave you a good idea of the struggles of being an amateur football player.
Yeah.
Like, because it showed you the people trying to make the balance. Because I know, obviously, a lot of guys play like soccer or rugby, but like American football, I've always thought was a lot more demanding than any sport I've played, even at amateur level.
Have you played rugby?
I played it once or twice.
Okay.
Almost got sent off because I'd played American football before and just didn't know how to tackle without
Okay.
trying to kill someone. But and it was like because for me, even amateur American football, you've still got to be in the gym.
Yeah.
You've got to study your playbook and know what you're doing. There's so many rules. Whereas like football and rugby, like you can keep in decent shape, but the guys I've seen playing like amateur, normal like soccer. I've seen guys who are just like there's no real danger to it. Do you know what I mean? You can play to your ability, whereas there's not really anywhere you can hide on an American football field.
You get hurt if you're not.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
So I thought it was really good. It showed the balance of people trying to work their normal lives around playing for the team. Some really heartfelt moments, especially from Blacklaw.
I know. I couldn't believe it. I
caught me off
actually
guard.
couldn't believe it.
It was seen aside because I like Blacklaw. He was for those who don't know, Craig Blacklaw was a really good running back. Played for Dundee Hurricanes.
Yeah. Coach as well.
Yeah, was a complex character, shall we say? Funny guy, really, really funny guy. But it was good to see a side of him that you maybe wouldn't have seen if you only knew him on the football training field. Because on the training field, he was a hard ass.
He's a demon. Yeah.
Didn't fuck around, didn't take shit, would just run hard all the time. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. I would have given it if we're basing it on previous documentaries, I'd give it a 7 bananas out of 10.
All right.
Like you say, I think it maybe suffered from the amount of time it took him to make it.
Yeah.
I think for the director, it was more a labour of love from what he was saying, that he had all these different things that he had to do for timescales, and this was more done as a passion project. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was heavily featured our very own Mikey Dots.
I know, yeah. It was my first time on the big screen, and it felt good.
And Dots' beautiful little daughters as well, when they were both very young.
It was hilarious, yeah. Sienna in the background dragging some toy along.
Yeah, there was just...
I'm broken in a million pieces talking about a game we just lost, and Sienna's like, Daddy!
He was just like doing this really sort of heartfelt deep bit, and Sienna's just like dragging across this like chair in the background, not giving a fuck. But
yeah, I thought it was really good too. And again, Blacklaw jumped off the screen for me as well. And just him being so candid about his separation was like, wow. Yeah. Like I didn't really expect that. And he did it in such a classy way too. Yeah. Not like we would expect him to do anything
he wasn't
else.
like shitting on anyone, but he was very
He was like, this is what it was. And I just think that the way they showed him in the beginning when he was making the cheesecakes, and he was just kind of like, yeah, I spend X amount of time training for football, X amount of time at football, X amount of time watching football, and then X amount of time mentally preparing for football. He's like, yeah, I kind of am selfish a bit. Yeah. And then a couple of scenes later, it's kind of like, yeah, we split up, and I was like, wow, it's like that's real though. You know what I mean? Like.
It was. I thought Alex, the director, done a great job at capturing how bleak it can be playing amateur American football in a country like Scotland, where it's not even a very renowned sport.
Yeah, he did a good job.
There's a couple of cracking speeches from Jay talking about how there's guys in America our age who don't like after after high school, 90% of guys don't get to play football anymore. You know what I mean? There's no amateur leagues out there. It's like no one, like, there's probably like 5-on-5.
Go to college and play or go home, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. And then even guys after college don't get to play. What's the percentage of college players that make it to the NFL?
Not many.
Do you know what I mean? Even the CFL, do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
not. Big J, like I only knew him. Like he left the Hurricanes by the time I'd come along.
Oh, so you never lined up across
Well,
from him?
I'd lined up against them.
Okay.
I played it, and that's
Oh, you did, yeah.
Told this story. so Jay's what 6'7",
He's a big, probably around that.
probably what,
Yeah.
200 plus pounds of just force.
He's, I'd say, probably pushing like 260, 270.
But
He's
so
a big man.
And like I
He's a big
remember
man.
I lined up and I went forward and he jumped to try and catch the ball and I went through his legs and he landed in a heap and I remember him getting up angrily looking for who'd went through him and I just like fucking exit stage left.
I've seen him angry one time and I was like, I am getting the fuck out of here
Yeah.
because he is a monster.
Yeah.
Can I throw you just a couple of stats? I was just
Yeah,
really
do it,
intrigued
yeah.
because you said you wondered what the percentages
Yeah.
were.
Yeah, hit us
I'll
with it.
give you two percentages. High school senior football players who go on to play NCAA men's football. So that's college.
Yeah, that's
football.
Div 1, Div.
I guess it just says NCAA, so that could be any.
The
Yeah.
NCAA is about 1 in 17, which is 5.8%. NCAA senior players drafted by an NFL team, about 1 in 50 or 2%. So when you're in high school, you've got a 5.8% chance of making it to play college ball. Should you make it to college ball, you've got about a 2% chance then of furthering yourself on to become a pro player in the NFL. That
insane.
is fucking mental.
Well, like, how many college teams are there? Because like that must be like.
There's a lot. I mean, Division One. I mean, there's only like, I think there's like 25, 35 ranked teams, but then there's a bunch of Division One schools, and then you get Division Two schools, and
Is
then
there
you
any
get,
way? Do they have like a promotion system? Do you like? Can you get into it?
they
or-
kind of just get ranked. They do like just polls based on like the teams and then where are they recruited from, different high schools they recruited from, and then they say, all right, these are the top 25 teams, and then they have a computer system based on like your strength of schedule, who you've beaten, and like what your team is and how much you've won by.
American sports, man.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like,
too much.
It always blows my mind that these boys are not paid athletes. Like I'd imagine they're probably getting something on the side, but like officially,
Yeah.
like for the size of the crowds that they pull in and the notoriety they must have, and then apparently they might be attending classes off the back of this.
Brutal, yeah.
Can you still get like Instagrams? Because I know they'll all have like Instagram and Twitter pages and all that kind of shit. Are they able to do paid promotion on their
don't think-
Instagram
'cause they
posts
don't-
and stuff while they're at
was
college?
there
They are amateurs. They cannot receive money from anybody else but the school.
Was there not a college
For-
basketball coach that got shafted for taking money off of
Probably, yeah.
advertisement, something like that? I don't know. But yeah, that always blows my mind about college ball that for the size of the market that it is, and these boys can't get a piece of the pie.
But it's because there are so many. I mean, I still think there is enough money to pay them, but it's just that there's so many. Who do you pay? How much do you pay?
Well,
the
imagine
good
as well-
athletes more than the other ones that aren't.
imagine
good?
as
Well,
well,
you've
like-
also got to say how much do you pay them. Some people turn around and say, "Well, hang on a minute, they're getting a fucking college right
scholarship.
here at
Yeah,
Notre
yeah,
Dame, which
yeah.
costs $100,000 a year."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So-
And also watching Last Chance U, it just kind of opens your eyes to like these guys are up at like 4 a.m, practicing till 6. They maybe go to class from
And they
6 till
can
9.
get their starting position taken off them if their grades do fall.
Yeah, it's
and then you've got to look,
crazy.
even if you look at the quarterback who's got to learn an entire pro level, you imagine, playbook.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking around at these things. They have to learn it. They have to know exactly what the coach is saying. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. Big J. We sat for a bit after the screening and I could listen to that man talk all day.
Yeah.
That southern accent is just fucking.
Let's describe, because now a lot of people, maybe we'll put a picture of up on the Facebook page because he is a listener. Thanks for listening, Jay.
Yeah, Jay wants to. We did say about getting Jay on at some point.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
good.
He's just think of the largest man you've ever seen, right? In every way, height, maybe not in weight. He's just
Yeah.
like a big man,
Yeah,
just a
just
mountain,
solid.
and
Yeah.
with a beard and just a cowboy and just a southern
Yeah, like we
drawl.
walked in, he had the Stetson on, the cowboy, like the boots he had on, like were like
Straight out, like just killed a snake for
man,
him.
looked fucking a business. So we sat and we all sat and swapped stories, but he talked for the most, man. But I could listen to that guy talk about football all day.
Yeah. Super smart too. He's a teacher. He's got, got a bunch of
very
degrees. Super
intelligent,
smart guy.
like musician. Yeah, also hung out with Stosh.
Yeah.
I think Stosh, he's going to come on as well. I
He's
love
now
that.
on the fantasy league as well. My football fantasy.
He's a good guy. So we sat and talked, and I got very drunk that day.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, you were. I
did
saw
you
you
came round
afterward.
afterward, yeah. Well, like
Jordan was drunk.
I had to. I got drunk and I was coming with the train back, and I had to make sure that Megan had ordered me food to eat when I got in because you and Connie were coming round.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't eaten, I would not have been able to receive guests. So I had this like hour and a half
Receive
where I
guests.
was just like stuffing pizza and chips down my face to try and carb up and drinking water. So by the time Mike and Connie came round, I was all right to drink again.
Yeah.
And then I was up till 5 a.m.
You're crazy, man.
No, I'm not, mate. I hate my life. I hated, like, that few weeks after, I was just like, that's it. I'm done with this shit for a while.
We had enough to drink that, like, we walked you guys to the loft, and then we went to one of those pizza places over there, and I was stupid enough to let her order the pizza. She got a bunch of jalapenos on it, and I was like, I got home, and I was like, why did you put so many jalapenos on it? She was like, I'm sorry.
Jalapenos, I love
That's why you don't share pizza with people.
Yeah.
I know, you're
True
right.
story, true
Fuck
story.
that. You just get your own. You're like, no, I don't do sharing.
Next
No,
time.
do
I pulled them
half
all
and
off.
half. You're fucking half the way at this.
Andy's serious about his
Two
pizza.
pizza, because you get a deal on two as well. You know what I'm saying? Again, saving cash wise.
You should do your own podcast.
I'm actually thinking about starting one.
Oh, no.
No, a separate one on the side where it's just like focused on
Music?
like specifically like focused on pretty much music. So
Would you do it with somebody or on your own? That's tough doing it on your own.
You could get it to feature
I know,
Monkey Sword Fight Boys.
Bollocks for days, man. I don't know. I was thinking about certainly doing something. Maybe if it was just like once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just
Why not?
certainly
Yeah.
not a
Listen to that
weekly
shit.
thing.
I'd
But
listen to that
this,
shit,
can I
man.
just say, is my number one gig.
Aw.
Make
We
it
love you,
clear.
Andy.
I missed it last week.
I missed
don't know
it
about you
too.
guys, I proper missed it. Like, it was nice to have the week off because like everything was just like a bit schedule wise, but I fucking missed you guys.
I know, I missed you too.
Oh,
By the way, 7 Bananas as well. For
7 Bananas.
Ben Don't Break. And I'm not just saying that because I was in it.
heavily. It's going to be on Amazon Prime as well.
Yeah. Hopefully I get some money off of that. Nah.
Is it getting like a DVD or a YouTube release? Or
No, it's good.
It should be a DVD. We paid for a
I think
DVD.
I think he has said that he's pitching it to BBC One as well.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
But he wants to get it out soon just because it's kind of dated now. It's already dated. So
But no, it was good. It was really well put together. It was good to see some of the boys that I recognised. I thought Alex done a great job of just showing how difficult it is to try and get the balance.
yeah,
Because I miss it to death, but at this point, like I just don't have the time
I know.
to put into it, and I hope to God it gets back to. So shout out Dundee Hurricanes.
Yeah. If you're listening to this and you want to play American football or want to watch or want to feel you can coach, go check out the Dundee Hurricanes on Facebook or even on Twitter. And
They're doing some really good stuff with advertising just now. So get on down. What else have we been up to? Anything good?
I'm talking about the jobs, the men's jobs.
Yeah, this was one that Mike chucked in the group chat earlier that broke Chuff's heart. So yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, so I was watching on the news. I think it was last Thursday, and they were talking about how the rates of like firefighters, like women firefighters, is like the lowest it's ever been, or just they just don't bring in. It just feels like that women don't feel like that's a job available to them. So this is like before my daughters woke up. So let them have breakfast and get in the shower and everything. I got them dressed, and I was like, well, why do you? I was like, do you want to be a firefighter? And they were like, no. And I was like, why? I was like, that's a boy's job. And I was like, it's not a boy's job. I was like, I always tell them, I was like, you could do anything that you want. Like, if you just have to want to do it. You have to want to put the work in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, there's no such things as boy job. I was like,
Apart
you
from
can do.
apart from penis model, this was established in Friends.
Well, that's true.
So that's my favourite bit. Is that that's like if a woman wanted to be, and someone goes, "What's the end of that sentence?" And Joey just goes, "King." So kind of.
So, and then they said something really disheartening. They were like, yeah, we can't do that. And they were like, that's because boys are smarter than girls. And I was like, are you fucking serious? I was like, where are you getting this from? Because you're certainly not getting this from me. Yeah. And I know you're not getting it from your mom. Like, her mom is smarter than me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, no, that's not flying in my house. So I actually called up the fire service, and I was like, I sent them an email first, and then someone called me back, and they do like free fire safety checks, and I was like, I want a woman to come do it, and they were like, yeah, we can do that, and I explained them the whole situation, and they were like, yeah, we'll arrange that for you.
That's awesome.
That is awesome, but I just felt so bad to hear like my daughters actually say, oh no, boys are smarter, or we can't do this, and it's like, this is a time where you should be wanting to do everything.
Well, I've got a wee stat for you.
That's a stat from Andy.
But before I do that, I'm just going to move that there slightly.
Okay.
Just because you keep talking to Jordan a lot.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did kind of move it. All right.
It's all right. Look at him. He's better looking than me. Right, quick stat. Record numbers of women have applied to become firefighters, with over 700 female applicants, and only one more week to go before the recruitment round closes. And that's the London Fire Brigade.
Fuck.
So
they've
when
got
did that start? What is the article from?
This article is from the 16th of April. Oh, sorry, last updated the 9th of July, 2018.
Okay. Oh, well, I saw that after that. Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So at least, well, that's the thing
So
that-
just a counter one, just to kind of throw in there.
Well, see, that I don't know if that's maybe that could be based on a drive, and then the way I see it, man, is if as long as everyone's getting the same tests and the same and can cover the same amount of distance, that's man, woman, or dog. You know what I mean? As long as they can all complete the training, I don't give a fuck who's like. I think
I don't care either.
I think that was the same, because I've got 3 nieces, and I would hate them to think that they couldn't achieve anything that a man could achieve.
Yeah.
I'm sure it used to be that way back in the day with the police. Think about that, back in the day, probably women were like, oh, that's maybe a man's job or whatever. But obviously,
Now,
over the years, those attitudes have changed, and more and more.
Definitely, man. And I think we've talked about talking about feminism, bringing it back. I think it's something that should be cut out at a very early age, is assumptions that things are for one gender and not for another. And I know for a fact, I'll be trying to tell Riley that, to be honest with you, I think women are much smarter than men, based on my experience. Do you know what I mean? And I'd want to make sure that Riley, if I ever found that Riley was trying to fucking tell anyone they couldn't be something because of one reason or another, he would get a scalped arse and a fucking stern talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because I remember when I played American football, we played against a female lineman.
Yeah.
A defensive lineman, and she was playing alongside the dudes, and she was their best player by a fucking country mile.
There you go.
Now, I know she had to complete strength tests. They had to complete a certain amount of reps of a certain weight on each thing to show that she would safely do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was the best player on that team.
I think if I was lining up on the line at American football and I saw a woman across from me, I'd be thinking, she's probably going to be pretty fucking good.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
She's probably going to mold me like a Mack
when I was
truck,
actually,
man.
because she was lining up against our listener friend, the Stosh, and he said she gave him a game, and then it turns out not long after she started for the Great Britain's women's team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, fuck anyone who thinks women can't do certain things.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Well, my daughters thought that, so don't fuck them. Not fuck them, but
Then
like
you can
I'm
point them to but now you can point them to the internet article, Mike. that
I know, I
says,
will,
read
I will.
that, and I'll just show you.
man, do whatever the fuck you want to do.
So when I told them, I was like, "Yeah, the fire department's gonna come." And she was like, "They're like, they're gonna bring the truck." I was like, "They can't park the truck out here, like I'm right in the middle of the street." I was like, "They'll come and hopefully they'll talk to you for a bit, check out the fire stuff, and get out of here."
Sorry to break the bad news to you. They didn't turn up in a truck. They turn up in just like a wee.
It's a Corsa.
Yeah, it's like a wee Corsa van basically. But a guy come in, they'll give you I think they give you free smoke detectors and shit like that. as well,
I know.
so
I feel really bad. I keep meaning to get them round and
it's a
just
good,
keep
good way to
forgetting.
save yourself a few quid. On smoke detectors.
Tips with Andy.
Do they do carbon monoxide too?
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah.
Hell yeah, get them in here.
But no, that's fair foxy, man. It must be tough. I always feel quite lucky. I've got a wee boy, because it's not easy out there for a female.
No, it's not.
It's getting. It must be. This is probably. I think it's better than it's been. I would imagine. At the same time,
it's probably the best it's ever been.
yeah, it's probably the best. But that's for a lot of different things, not just for females. But at the same time, I think it's because the problems that are faced are now so open.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it a bit bad, because they're so blatant and it's still a problem.
I know.
But no, I'm glad you had that talk with your kids and you did something about it. That's a top dad right there.
Yeah, I just felt horrendous that they're not even 10 yet, and society has already brainwashed them to think that they can't do something. And I was like, trust me, this is the time to do anything that you want.
Yeah, I was like, fucking go for it.
Yeah.
You guys need to start your own new section in this called dad tips.
Dad tips.
Yeah.
Is someone going to give some to me? Because that's what I need.
I had to do a bit of coaching at the weekend. We had a game, very, very low numbers due to fucking Cub Camp.
Cub Camp.
Fucking bastard. But the other team were soundly beaten. The boys did well. They never gave up. And then right at the end, they always do penalties. And the other team were scoring a lot of their penalties. My boys were missing a lot. Mm-hmm. And the other team started laughing. And I had to fucking put on my big boy voice.
Oh.
So I was sort of giving them a row, because I was just like, that's bad sportsmanship. I was like, have you guys won all your games? And they're like, No. I was like, well, what are you laughing at my boys for then?
So you went over and talked to the other team.
Well, like I was sort of standing, so their coach was behind the goal, catching the ball from the penalties.
Okay.
So I had their players.
He's not
to
got
my-
nets. No.
Well, that's in case the boys missed.
Oh, right.
So I had their boys to my right and
what are you
back.
trying to say?
Fucking
What is this? The fucking? What is this? A fucking Champions League nets? This guy's talking about nets. Lucky if we've even got a ball.
They use tape on the back of the jerseys to put the numbers on.
Like, so I was sort of saying to these boys, I was like, I didn't appreciate it. And if it was the other way around, if I'd have caught any of my boys laughing or mocking another team, I'd have fucking
I
lost
would
my
have
mind.
been laughing too. I'd be like, what a shite penalty. You're fucking sub. Did I come back next week? You're shite.
You're not invited
Sorry,
to our
I'll,
games,
I'll
are you?
phone your mom and tell her.
This isn't FIFA, mate. These are 9-year-olds for fuck's sake. But
Somebody needs to tell them.
Their coach came storming over, and I was like, fuck, I'm in for it now. But then he went through his players as well, so I thought it was good. Sportsmanship.
That's good.
Don't listen
Yeah.
to Andy, kids. He's a dick.
He's cursed at you on FIFA, probably.
More than likely.
What else? Talking about things that have maybe been a better, and people who have been sort of dealing with a bit of controversy. Colin Kaepernick's
Yeah.
come out with a fucking stormer of a deal right now.
Yeah. He's got a pretty big chunk of change now from Nike, don't
Yeah,
they?
but like I've always wondered that, man, and it screams of fucking collusion that he's not at a team.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, if he was, I wish he was like a really, not saying he's not a good quarterback. I just wish he was like the best quarterback, because then we would know that it's collusion. But the argument's always going to be, well, I think this guy is better than him. So, and that's my opinion. So I can put this guy on the field if I want to. And even if it wasn't, I mean, some people say they have a right to do it just because, like, this is my team. It's gonna affect my customers who pay for this game and this guy because his views. So I don't want him in my stadium. I think it's wrong, but if I was running a team, I would just want the best player out there, whether it's him or not. But he's in a shitty situation.
Pretty fucking cool because it was him. Was it him? Serena Williams,
Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham.
And there was one more, wasn't there? Oh, it was the guy from Seattle with the hand missing.
Stumpy.
Shaquem Griffin?
Yeah.
Shaquem Griffin, yeah. Stump. What's going on?
Stumpy.
That's not nice.
No, sorry,
Don't
Shaquille.
listen to Jordan, kids. He's a fucking dick.
Cheers, Andy. No, but I thought it was cool as fuck, man.
It's a good ad.
I like
yeah.
the Venus was that girls from Compton don't play tennis; they own it. I was like, oh shit, that was
Yeah.
deep. He's a really good tennis player, though, Serena.
She is really good. Oh, you're terrible.
Clang. Sorry.
Do you know what I was thinking about? Because I knew you guys were going to talk about this tonight.
I want to just put this on charge so I can.
But one of the things that I thought about it was all the people that were then burning their stuff. Right?
man.
But on the flip side, I wonder if Nike had some sort of inclination that might happen. So who are they actually appeasing? Probably one of their biggest consumer demographics, which is black males between 14 and 45.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so even
Without a doubt.
Not even that. Megan went out. I might start going out and get some Nike.
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, literally, yes, is that I might go and get some Nike.
Anything that you're losing, you're gaining back in the people who are center and left. Anyway, in
You're
politics.
now going to
So
go out and wear as much fucking Nike as possible
Yeah.
to try and wind up the right wing.
I've been doing it for years, boys. They're catching up. No. What I thought was funny, some guy set fire to his
is that
boots.
true?
Yeah. Well, he had his feet still in them, and then showed the emergency hospital pictures, the emergency room pictures later on.
What an idiot.
His feet were fucked.
They were toasted, yeah. I thought
man,
that was a
that's-
joke. I was like, he
that's-
showed the stages of it, and I was like, you can't be serious.
That's up with the guy that screwed his nuts. Do not procreate.
No.
You're like, even if you're going to try and make a statement, don't do it while you're wearing the thing that you're setting on fire.
And it was just the people cutting out the Nike and their socks, the Nike check on their socks and the shorts. It's like, you bought it already.
Yeah.
Like, they have your money. It's over now.
man.
Just don't buy anymore if you don't want to do it.
I just like
Nike rock
Yeah.
when
I
it
like
comes
Nike.
to advertising. You can't
yeah.
fuck with them.
oh
man.
man, do you not remember the
Track
old
record of
old
years.
football adverts, man? Like the one back in the 90s with Cantona against the Devils team, the one with the Brazilian team in the airport. The Oh man, yeah.
I mean, obviously they're more sort of fantasy ones, but in terms of making a sort of political statement without actually making it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole,
really,
it's the
really
whole,
well
the
done.
whole just do it. Just like it has so many connotations that they don't have to do anything. You show an image with that slogan over it, and it can be taken any way you want it to.
Well, they kind of. I just read this today with this whole Kaepernick thing. When back in it was probably the early '90s or late '80s, when the NBA was trying to ban different types of sneakers, they went out and gave Michael Jordan like a shitload of money, and that's where the Jordan brand was created. It was created at Nike. You know what I mean? They were like, "No, we'll give you money, and then if you don't have to wear it, you can't wear them on the court, maybe not." But this guy's brand is so big, they're gonna have no choice. We're gonna make it even bigger. They're gonna have no choice but to let him on the court with his shoes. And again, that's what they're doing. They're doing it with Kaepernick, and hopefully, I don't know if the end goal is to get him on a team, but I think hopefully it'll just get his message out there. Whether you agree with it or not, it'll just get his message out there.
You've got to give the guy props, man. That he took an L, not so much an L, but he took a big hit on his career, but he did something that he believed in. How many guys are? I'm interested to see how many guys actually do anything come Sunday when the game starts because of all the.
Well, they made it a rule now that you can protest, but you can't be on the field. So you have to stand for the national anthem. But if you want to stand in the tunnel or kneel in the tunnel, you can do anything there.
See, that fucking,
which is bullshit.
That riles me up, man. That fucking, like, it's the thing is the same people who complain about them kneeling are the same people that will shout about it being the land of the free.
Yeah.
And I was like,
can't have it both ways.
Yeah, no, you
do
can't.
it.
You've got to, and that goes for the exact same that people might not like what you're saying if you're very right wing or conservative, but you can't have one without the other.
No.
But you can't then, if the right wing's in charge, you can't then completely silence people who are protesting that.
Yeah, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah, and vice versa.
I don't want conservative shut down either.
As long as you're not physically hurting anyone.
Yeah.
As long as you're not violently or physically causing anyone else pain or discomfort. You have the right to protest whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But then understand that you then have to deal with not the backlash, but then you have to be able to deal with it coming from the other side.
Well, the thing on that is like if your employer says no, like I kind of agree with that. Like if I own a company and I don't want you to do something while you're working for me, then don't do it, or just go someplace else and do it. You know what I mean?
You're right. They have to go and it depends how far they want to take it. Then if you believe in your right to protest that much and your employer's not going to let you, then is your integrity worth the money you're being paid?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's the thing you've got to look at. So how
a couple mil, you know.
Yeah, a couple mil of my morals is looking pretty shaky.
Mate, as $1 million man used to say, everybody has their price.
Everybody has a price.
No, you're right, and that's what I mean. It's just
Everybody has a price.
I'll be interested to see who does what, and there's always ways and means around the protest, and whether they change something on their uniform or
Strict rules in the NFL and uniforms as well.
Yeah, I'm just,
there's no way around it in the NFL, but it's like I see it both ways. Everyone says with the NFL, oh, it's a business. But then when they say, yeah, it is a business, I don't want you kneeling on the field because people are not coming to our games, then they go, well, I want to do this. And it's like, yeah, I understand. And I understand your cause, but these people want to make money. So it's like, if that's your boss, what are you going to do?
Yeah, true. I think you forget that these athletes they're employed.
Yeah.
That's saying because they have such a pool and that. You know what I mean? They can't just do whatever the fuck they want as much as you'd want them to.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a sensible guy, Mike.
And it's just this is because I've had this debate countless times with British and American people, and it always comes back to that. It's like if you own a business, then it is kind of what it is. Yeah,
told.
It's just the way it is. I don't know what it will actually take to change it.
I don't know.
Money.
A black president to come back. Do whatever the fuck you want.
It was worse when he was there, probably.
I don't know, man. I'm on the NFL.
I'm on the NFL.
I'm on the NFL. I'm looking forward to it. Have you got your... are you pumped? Are you all prepared for Sunday?
I am ready to go. Because we're podcasting on the Monday, I can't switch my shift to a late. So I was gonna stay up and watch all the games, but I'm just gonna watch the early ones.
That's my bad.
Be sensible.
Well, I was going to say that's our fault, but then actually
It's
that
my
is your fault,
bad.
Jordan. Yeah.
Look, man, look. Between
It's okay. I'll watch enough football. Trust me.
I've got Chuff's granny's birthday. I've had to switch my night with a wee man, and I'm going down to Reading for my work. So I've had to try and fit everything in within these 2 days that I have.
That's cool. It's fine.
These guys have been very accommodating, and I love you both.
Yeah, but I am ready. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Football season is back, baby.
I was speaking to my manager today, and he was like, I really want to get into NFL. I was like, who should I support?
Yeah.
I was like, anyone but the Patriots. Is it really? I was like, yeah, anyone but the Patriots. So he'd done like an online quiz, and he got the Patriots. So I was like, do it again.
Oh God!
And then he got
Patriots.
He got the Giants.
The Giants.
He got the Giants.
There you
So
go.
I was like, go for the Giants, man.
Who's gonna join? Who's gonna join me with the Redskins, man? I don't think I've
Navy,
ever
they're
met
so
anybody.
racially insensitive. Like,
I've never met anybody that sports.
you mean the
Redskins.
Washington Native Americans?
Washington Redskins.
The Washington football team.
the dead skins, right?
Yeah, that's what they are.
They are dead.
Hopefully they stay that way.
I don't know. We the Jets named their QB. I don't even know who it is.
Sam Darnold, man.
Sam Darnold. Doesn't have a beard though.
He's got a
I miss. He's got a big dick though. That's what you said.
No, I said he has a big head.
Oh right, I thought you said a big
It's
dick.
enormous. Have you not seen it?
I have not. Well, I've seen the photo, but like
It's like a planet, that thing on the
he's got
shoulders.
that large football brain.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You notice how whenever it's just 3 of us, it's a sports heavy episode.
Is it?
I can already tell. I can hear Rachel telling us off.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. This is an exciting time of the year. I'll take
Yeah,
that.
man.
I wanted to start sports early, and football's coming up, so I'm excited. So that's my fault.
Well, will we switch it up? Will we jump into?
The Braw or Naw?
Braw or Naw. Braw or Naw. Braw or Naw.
Braw or Naw?
Right. So, first Braw or Naw for
What
this
we
week.
got?
Hockey.
Hockey. That's from PJ.
PJ McKinnon.
PJ McKinnon. Yes.
I want to ask actually, PJ, if you're listening to this, what's the heritage like? Have you? He's definitely sounds like he's got some Scottish roots with a surname like Mackinnon. I know it would be Mackinnon, but that's got to be derived from McKinnon, surely.
Yeah, it looks
It looks like it's
McKinnon.
got some sort. I don't know why it makes me think of like Nordic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the thing is,
Sorry.
I want to know. So, PJ, hit us up. What's your heritage like?
Where you fae, PJ?
Where you fae, PJ? Hockey. Anyway, yeah, hockey. I am.
Is this ice hockey? Not
I'd imagine it's ice hockey.
Yes,
not-
he's
Oh,
Canadian, so it's
yes,
ice hockey.
definitely so. I've never really watched it. I know Chuff likes it. She watched a bit of it when she was over in Canada. She's got a Canucks top. Is that the Vancouver team? The Canucks?
Canucks.
Canucks.
The Canucks, yeah.
Is it Canucks?
Vancouver Canucks.
Okay,
yeah.
so she's got their jersey, which is like the killer whale or something like that. I think she likes it. I've never watched it. Never been super into it. I feel like I'd probably enjoy it if I watched it. You guys?
Not my thing. I think it's a really like high. I never seen it live. One of the only sports I haven't seen live, but it's like it's really fast paced, which I like. But I've just never really gotten into it. Only time I gotten into it was in '94 when the Rangers got to the World Cup, to the Stanley Cup, and I was like, it was New York fever. You know what I mean? It was hockey fever because everybody was into it.
win?
They did win, yeah.
shit.
But and you know what their song was? You won't like this. It was simply the best because I know the Rangers fucking like that song.
Was I know there's not like some massive thing as when did America not win the Olympics? Who did they beat? Canada. They beat Canada at the Olympics. Is that not a big story?
Oh yeah, the Miracle on Ice thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching an American Dad episode about that.
Yeah, wait a minute. Was that not the Russians that they?
Oh, it was the
Was it
Russians. Yes,
yeah, that was it. I knew they beat someone.
Canadians on
I,
it.
I, I,
They
I,
played somebody in hockey and it won. So
I don't dislike hockey, so I'm going to say Braw. It's not my thing. I've not watched it. I've probably quite enjoyed it if I watched it. What was it? There's a program, Blue Mountain State, and they talk about hockey players, and he's like, they're a different breed. They play their sport on the hardest surface in the world with knives on their feet.
that's true. You're right. Yeah,
Third castle.
I'm switching.
So yeah, I'll say Braw for hockey, man.
You're gonna say Braw,
Braw.
Andy.
What am I saying? Say bro.
Braw.
Yeah. I like it. Fast paced. And then I watched. Was it the Stanley Cup they've got? Because that wraps up about the same time of year as the baseball does, doesn't it?
That's around basketball. It finishes around basketball.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitting watching Stanley Cup in this bar in New York and that, which is I've enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
A couple of drinks and that's all good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Nice. So we
Yeah,
go
you know, I'm
Braw.
gonna go Braw actually.
So
Yeah,
you go.
maybe I should make more of an effort to get into it. Maybe I should get fantasy sports going with that. Then that'll fucking.
Guys, they get to fucking fight in that.
They do.
I like that.
Is
It's
it
like-
until somebody hits the deck? That's when it stops. isn't it?
They just give him a certain amount of time. A guy who I know who played hockey, like amateur hockey, he said that the reason why they do that is because they put their sticks down and it's like the honorable thing to do. They could just whack whack each other with sticks, but they were like, you know what? I'm gonna put that down, and I just want to knock the crap out of you with my
Did you
hands
see the video? Dana White shared this on Instagram ages ago. A guy threw a Superman punch on the ice.
on the ice.
Like full on. He's wearing skates and a perfect Superman punched his opponent.
I can't even skate, let alone punch and skate. You know what I mean? Like
I can't skate at all.
One thing on the fighting, they shouldn't be allowed to use their non-dominant hand for grabbing onto the shirt.
Oh,
They
no, I
should
don't
just
like
be
that.
like straight box up.
A lot of grabbing.
onto something.
Yeah,
Just
bang,
fucking
bang, bang.
bang, bang.
a lot of grabbing.
So yeah,
Bra for the hockey.
Bra for the hockey. Next one. Warm milk and cereal.
Ooh.
No.
Who has warm milk?
I'm gonna go bra with this. You never had cozy Weetabix? I was told.
That's slushy, man. Like I don't even like porridge. Like
Really?
Nah, I don't like porridge. I don't like the texture.
What?
It's nasty.
What do you eat for breakfast in the winter?
Granola, with yogurt in it.
Sugar.
Yeah,
Sugar and.
but nah, sugar-free yogurt, bro.
Oh man.
But nah, man, nah, warm milk, nah.
No. Wow. Okay. So
If I want a warm drink, I'm gonna have a cup of tea with
Okay.
my cereal.
do you put milk in your tea?
Yeah,
All right. So there's
cool
one.
it down.
There's one milk there though.
yeah, to cool it down. Just,
Why is the milk warm?
Because you put it in the microwave.
Who leaves the fucking milk in that out lying about all day? And then
Don't
it's like,
leave it out.
So then it should be cold. Then it's in the fridge.
You know what? No.
I'm not happy about this.
What about no? What I do is I get my Weetabix and I drown it in milk, put it in the microwave. It kind of becomes like porridge at that point, and then you can put some sugar on
okay.
top of it, maybe some fruit or whatever, and then you're good.
I'm not
No?
on board with it at all, man.
Yeah, no, I'd still just rather have Weetabix with cold milk. No sugar either.
No sugar.
No sugar.
Okay, well, actually,
No sugar on the Weetabix. Do you have a tongue? How do you eat it without sugar?
You want to hear
No, it's just the way I like it.
Riley
Leave us
fucking
alone.
Riley has dry Weetabix.
What?
He doesn't like milk
Animal.
in his Weetabix. Yeah, man.
Dry Weetabix?
Yeah,
That's.
man, I was like,
I'm pretty sure that's child abuse. If
that's
you
that's what he wants. He just fucking.
you could choke on that. If you stuff some Weetabix, I'm sure
No, he
that
has-
hostage
he has a-
situations have been
he has a-
carried out with
He has a
Weetabix.
strawberry milkshake with it, but he like sits and chomps on his Weetabix and has a drink of it. It doesn't like his Weetabix getting soggy. But yeah, I'm gonna go. That's a no. It's a no on a warm milk and cereal, man. You fucking savage.
How do we feel about warm milk and Weetabix? If you're watching on Facebook Live here, no, chime in.
It's a big no.
I'm saying, bro, I like warm milk.
Nah, fuck that. Right, next one.
Andy Henderson says dry Weetabix was part of our rookie initiation at Trojans as new team, and
Oh really?
yeah.
I've really just.
There you
fucking-
go.
My 9-year-old does it for fun, Andy. So you all better harden the fuck up.
Is it Mary says, Andy, behave yourself. Weetabix without sugar is literally just soggy vomit. Claire is also chiming in with the Weetabix, saying that it's good. I think that's what that thumbs up means. There we go. So screw you guys. You guys suck.
Next one on the list this week is Radio 1.
Radio 1.
It was good when you're in that catchment. Like when I was 16, 17, and it was playing the tunes that I was listening to,
Yeah.
that was brilliant. And like, I still have a thing for Joe Wiley. Good grief, that woman.
That grunt was weird.
Don't you fucking start. You're this podcast resident sex pest.
Oh my God, my mom's watching. Oh my God.
I like it's of the time, man. It's unfair for us in our late 20s, early 30s to fucking shit on Radio 1 when it's like we're 10 years out of their catchment. You know what I mean? It's like the 18 to 25 range.
Just 10.
Yeah.
I'm only 29, mate. I'm only 4 years outside, but I would have been generous.
I don't like any major radio, so I'm going to go no on that.
What? Mike, every week you're like, the new Nicki Minaj album, Drake.
No, but I don't like. Yeah, but then they
You
play
love that pop shit.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
do.
telling you,
No.
Radio
Hold
One's right up your street, mate.
Hold on.
You would love it.
Get out of my ass. Hold on. What I'm saying is that they play those same Nicki Minaj and Drake and all that pop shit that I do like, but they'll play the same 2 songs every 2 hours, and it's like, no, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I like. Only radio I like is MTV shit. Radio 1 Extra. That's like all the urban shit that I like. Yeah.
I don't mind commercial radio, but then the thing about commercial radio is there's something out there for most people. Like if I'm listening to radio, I quite like Radio X, but that's mostly because Johnny Vaughan is the finest radio DJ of our time. That show he does on Radio X 4 till 7 is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But Man, I'll go for the time that I listened to it back in 2007 to maybe 2009. Radio 1 was Braw, because that was when sort of like indie guitar music was still quite prevalent.
Yeah.
So the tunes they were playing, they had like the Arctic Monkeys and the Enemy and the Kaiser Chiefs and that. They were all quite heavily featured on rotation on them. So I quite like it. So I'm going to go Braw.
All right.
For the nostalgia factor. I haven't listened to it in about 6 years, but...
Braw, but you haven't listened to it in 6 years.
Well, as I'm saying, going on what I used to listen to.
Okay.
When
All right, fair enough.
When it was for me, but it's not for me anymore.
Fair enough, fair
I'm
enough.
old as fuck. I'm a Radio 2 guy now.
Radio 2.
It's not the same since Terry Wogan died.
That was Radio 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not the same on Radio 2 since he died. I see Chris Evans is away.
He's just packed it in, aye.
That just goes to show you when I was old enough to listen to Radio 1, he was the breakfast DJ on Radio 1. And
See,
he
I
quit
was-
his job by calling the controller a wanker. He fucked off on holiday for 3 weeks and then he married Billy Piper. That's how
Oh,
he quit
yeah.
his job.
He used to fucking...
Fantastic finish then, yeah.
He used to be brilliant. I don't remember it, but like, I've seen like documentaries and that, and like Chris Evans, he would like show up half an hour late off his face because the show started at 6 in the morning and he'd been out the whole night before. Like, that's the type of guy you want to listen to.
There you
I'm
go.
going to say no, but I do tune in.
Yeah.
Because it's important to keep up to date with what's
Was popular.
All right.
Saying that, I
Even
don't
though
mind
the majority of
the
it-
boy who's just taken over the breakfast slot, Greg James. He used to be quite good. He was quite funny back when I used to listen. When I used to listen, he was doing like the pre-breakfast show. So he's been right around the thing. But I'll go Braw. I'll give it some props for when it was back in the day.
Battle rapper Barkright has just chimed in to say that Terry Wogan is in Paris, he says.
thought Terry Wogan was dead.
Uh-oh. You talking shit, Barkright?
Sure, Terry Wogan.
This sounds like the worst conspiracy theory ever. Terry Wogan's not actually...
Is it like
he's-
Tupac is in Mexico? Is that what we're talking
No,
about
it's just
here?
Tupac and Terry Wogan are cutting about in the
He
Champs-Elysees.
fucking died on the 31st of January 2016. Alex, man, what are you doing?
What are you
Wait,
smoking, mate?
actually, I was at Alex's earlier on, and Mark and that were having a couple of white Russians, so I think it might have gotten a bit out of hand.
Ah, okay. You just
White Russia.
That's my boy.
Shout out Barclay.
Shouts to Barkright.
So, yeah, I'm going to say Braw for Radio 1.
Okay, I'm going to say no.
So we've got 2 no's and a Braw. I'm going for the time that I listen to it.
All
I'm
right.
listening to it right now.
All right.
It was good when I listened to it too, but for me now, I just need to listen to absolute 90s, and that just reminds me of what it was like
Aye.
circa 96 to 99 when I probably used to tune
Well,
in.
I think if you want to listen to radio,
Properly.
Johnny Vaughan Radio X407, that is the fucking one. And the kickabout on a Saturday is fucking hilarious.
If we could just go back slightly, because we were talking about the dry Weetabix, my good buddy Ross Curtin checked in, because Andy mentioned how they use the dry Weetabix as initiation. Ross says, I would have taken dry Weetabix over Stu's ass shots any day. Worst rookie initiation in history. So the Canes were once not a a team that were...
This Stu is in clipboard, Stu.
No, this is a different Stu. I don't know if you were there for that, Stu.
No, I had to sing a song on the bus. I sang Delilah.
Joking, of course,
I sang
everyone.
Delilah on the bus going down to Newcastle. That was my initiation, which sounds pretty fucking like a bit of a let-off.
What else we got on the one? on the,
We've got talking
list?
in tech speak, i.e. house with a Z-U.
Oh, God.
Or BRB or...
These from Andy, yeah.
Yeah, no. Nope.
No?
Like... I've had to adapt the way I type because my phone's dying slowly but surely. But I've never been big into text speak.
Me
It does
neither.
my nutting.
Even like typing it, you mean?
Even typing it, no,
Oh, okay.
I don't like it. Like if I spent years learning how to spell.
Yeah.
Like
All that school for nothing.
how much time am I going to save by not typing 2 extra characters on my phone?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I'm not down with that.
I've started actually because I type for a living. I really need to start spelling things a lot better and using proper grammar and all that shit. So I'm getting out of that. Actually saying like LOL, that drives me crazy when people do that. Like LOL. No, you're not laughing. No, so don't say LOL.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Lols. Nah.
Raffle.
Don't say that shit.
Lamau.
That's a nah for me.
No. A resounding no all the way around.
Oh, we got like an international audience today, guys.
Who's this?
Shouldn't be doing that.
No?
No, that's...
Is this a dig? This one.
What is this?
Holding your phone horizontal.
No, it's not. That was something I put on there. But like, just holding your phone, like on my phone, I can flip it, and then you can. There's certain apps that you can flip it, and you can just hold it horizontally, and you can type. Like, is that? Using your phone with two hands,
This-
basically.
This is why I can't post anything on Facebook right now. I can't post anything on Instagram because again the right hand side of my phone is fucked. So I can't actually hit post on anything.
We're gonna put a GoFundMe up on the Facebook page to get Jordan a new phone. I think the new iPhone's like £1,000. We can get that,
I
right?
need to just pull my finger. I need to actually get down. Rachel, hi Rachel. She keeps telling me off for not actually going in to see about my phone because I've been complaining about it for like 2 months.
It bothers me too. Go do it. What are you doing?
Have you got like insurance or that on
Shit.
it?
No, but it's just I feel like they've locked me. Somehow, I mean, it says I'm waiting another 2 years before I'm upgraded, and I've been for this contract for 2 years. I'm like, I've never heard of a 4-year phone contract before.
Nah.
When did you last upgrade though?
October 2016.
How can you not be due an upgrade?
Man, go in there and get that upgrade.
I had this discussion with Rachel. She's like, go on Saturdays. I'll have to see if I've got time. What are you doing on Saturday? Have you got the wee man? No. What are you doing? I've got Riley's football training.
Yeah.
And I've got to pack up Riley's football training. Then I've got to help my granny move.
After work, what's your excuse?
After work, I don't finish till 5 o'clock.
Lies.
Fuck you.
Phone shop's probably open till 6. Who's your contract with?
Vodafone.
Do it online.
Oh, right, aye.
You can.
I'll speak to Kevin from Uzbekistan and fucking get in about 4 years because they don't. The web chat with Vodafone is a fucking
Do you
joke.
not like Kevin because he says lols? Is that what you're trying to say?
Does he fuck? No. It's when they speak in like proper English, but every now and again there's a word that's just completely out of context.
Yeah.
I'm doing all I can to help for you. And you're
Yeah.
like, what?
Or they say things like about like their manager has pulled them up for not having as much like banter with his customers as he should have. He was like, "How was the weather where you are in?" Send message.
Yeah.
Perth. Send message. It's like the weather's
So, yeah,
fine,
look,
Kevin.
Look, guys, for anyone paying attention, I will go and see about my phone on Saturday, hopefully. But so holding your phone horizontal. Based on my experience right now, no, because it's a pain in the dick.
Okay.
You know what the worst thing is that so I've got my work phone. I was texting my boss on my work phone the other day. Because that works fine, I'm starting to find it weird texting the right way around now.
Yeah.
I feel like the keyboard's too small. So it's even fucked up my ability to use normal working phones.
Well, maybe if you just got a new phone instead
Maybe
of
if you
fucking
kiss
around.
my hairy Scottish arse, Michael. The last one I've got here, sitting down to pee.
There you go. Sitting down to pee, Braw Or Naw.
Only if you're taking a shite.
That cleared that up quickly. All right.
That's that. So move
Only if you're taking a shite. There you go. That's it. You don't have to go any further, right?
No, I think Andy's answers for all of us. That's a no. ladies
Okay.
and
All
gentlemen.
right. So let me just throw something out there, right? So you, especially you've played American football and you've been battered and bruised. Have you not came home from a game and sat down to pee after a game?
Probably, but usually I just lie in a puddle of my own piss. I can't move.
Andy, have you never sat down to pee ever? Never been really tired, came home been in the
have.
studio.
Everyone's had a
in the
sit
studio all night and you never sat on the toilet to pee.
Not unless I was going for a shite.
Whenever you go for a shit, you usually always have a pee as well, though.
That's my point.
All right.
What would I be sitting down for having a piss? I'm
We're
sitting
not going to
down.
have total toxic masculinity on this podcast. I have before been extra tired and peed sitting down before. And I'm proud. Jason West just said, "Hell no, Mike."
Right, well, the last
Andy
one
says, "Bra in the middle of the night, half asleep."
What? And you went halfway. Why
What
would
are you
want to
getting
then
up
sit
for?
down
You
there
got,
to be
you,
falling
got
asleep?
you got diabetes.
Cause what if? All right.
Oh, well,
I'm
upset.
not gonna deny it.
We've
It's cool.
upset Mike.
No, I'm not upset.
I sit down. I
My
took
legs are fresh in the morning because I sat down to pee.
The last one we got was one on the Facebook page was Alistair Mackay. It was
Ali Mac.
was dipping your McDonald's chips in ice cream. So I've dipped
Did we talk about this?
think we
I
have-
was dipping it in milkshake.
milkshake.
Oh, okay.
I've never
All
dipped
I
it
still
in.
haven't tried.
Oh mate, it is the Billy Boz, by the way.
I'm going to McDonald's after I leave here.
I am. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go to
Mate. Aye, bro.
Yeah, I'll say bro with that. Chocolate only though. I don't no strawberry or vanilla. Chocolate only.
We have I found this one that Andy. We're just moving on. I found an email that Andy Henderson sent us
I was
in.
just going to say, because one more Braw Or Naw just came in.
Oh,
Right
go
there
for it.
from
Oh,
Roddy.
right.
Bing. It just says, Roddy from Roddy Bader, shout out to Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
And I bumped into his other half, Kelly, the other day in Asda's. She seemed to be doing pretty well. Hadn't seen her in ages, so shout out to her as well. Monkey Sword Fight lads, staying on top of their social media, Braw Or Naw.
Yeah, he pulled me up for this in work the other day.
Jesus.
Yeah, because we fell off last week. So I did apologise to Roddy in person. We
Just
had
gotta
a,
put us back on charts.
we had a week off, man. But that won't happen again. We promise you. We'll stay on top of the social medias. We will be back in your faces and in your arses. We put that on the t-shirts.
In your faces and in your arses.
In your arse. How do you spell arse?
Yes. I actually was listening to Night and Day the other day, and
Night and Day.
PJ said "urs"
Urs.
to Alana, and I had to ask me, I was like, "Is that a Canadian slang word?" And she was like, "Yeah, "urs," as in your ass.
Ah.
"Urs" is Canadian for ass. So
did
shout
not know
out Night
that.
and Day podcast once again.
Our friends to the north. Well,
I showed my mum the Night and Day theme tune the other day when we took the dog for a walk.
Sweet.
Dun dun dun. I'm
Night
doing
and
another one
day.
for them as well.
Oh,
because
for
they've
nice.
got another that section called "What the hell is wrong with people?"
Uh-huh.
So
Night and
busted at the
Day.
guitars.
Nice.
But yeah, so PG was actually at me for it the other day, but I'll get it finished up because I go back to college tomorrow, boys.
Oh, school starting.
School starts, so tonight is the last night of the summer holidays, so probably once I get that out of the way, I'll get it finished up for him at the end of the week.
So we're going to apologise to Hot Rod and all of our listeners for letting our social media games slip over the last week.
I do that for a living, and I'm just letting it slide, man.
Look, we
It's
we
terrible.
were waiting for the new gear to come in, but best believe that we are going to be all up in your business from going forward. All up in your business.
What do we have to put up this week? We got to put a picture of Jay.
Picture of Jay.
Anything else? I wish we had a video.
More. We did. Oh, wait a minute. We did have feedback from Connie's sister.
Oh, yeah, we did.
China.
Read that. Yeah.
China feedback. Oh,
China.
China.
I wish we had a video of all the kids kicking the balls over the net, and me and Andy could just laugh our asses off.
It sounds like a sketchy. Like I'm trying to encourage my kids, and it's just you cunts going, boo.
Is the net not big enough for you, you jerk off?
We had a message from listener all the way in Beijing.
Yeah, we're worldwide, baby.
Worldwide. So Claire messaged us, "Hey chaps," wavy emoji. Connie's weird sister that lives in China here. Connie mentioned your podcast while she was visiting, and I'm hooked. So nice to have a wee taste of home each week while I scoot to work. So thank you guys for providing that so excellently. You are welcome. I was listening to the podcast in an elevator packed with Chinese geezers when you guys tried the Beiju, and I was snorting away like a newborn donkey as you all spat it out and continued to burp it up. Zero fucks, so thanks for brightening my day.
Oh, God.
I also thoroughly enjoyed listening to Matt's dulcet tones on China. The boy did good. In brackets, I'm taking good care of him, Jordan. Don't worry. And we definitely haven't been singing Shakira songs without you at KTV.
Ooh.
Oh, she actually gave us some Braw Or Naws as well. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
A couple of cheeky Braw Or Naws for you. People that say Nike instead of Nike.
Oh, you mean the people that say things right?
Yeah,
Nike.
Nike.
Yeah, that's the way to do
Nike.
it. Yeah.
I don't actually care. I'm pretty sure I change it every time I say it. It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. So I'm going to say Bra.
Okay, I'll say bra as well because it's correct.
I actually use both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too, yeah.
Yeah, because I wouldn't call it Nike Air Max, I'd call them Nike Air Max, but I'd say I'm waiting by myself a new pair of Nikes.
You guys hang around with me
That's
too
really
much. That's
weird.
what it
Yeah,
is.
so, sorry, Claire. That's a bra from us all. Oreo Thins.
No,
No, what's the point?
absolutely not.
Oh, I've not tried them.
They're just
No.
thin Oreos, man.
They're like
Shit.
Pringle shaped.
Yeah, what's the point?
Oh, so they don't have the cream in the middle?
No, I think they do.
They do,
They're
but
just
just a
really
very
thin.
thin layer.
That's not what you want with your warm milk.
That's a no again. And the final one, and this should be a really quick one. Clothes for dogs. No.
Absolutely no.
Oh no, like you see these dogs and that, they've got the cool like little fucking like bandana sort of hangs down their neck.
That's cool. Yeah, a full outfit is no.
Oh no.
No.
But some dogs have to wear jackets and that for
Yeah.
various like medical reasons and stuff too. So you wanna
Connie's
get
making
a
my
good
dog a
one.
jacket. Yeah. Wait, a Giants logo. Giants logo is all on it, like that blanket over there. Yeah.
Should we also say that there's an official invite for Claire to come on our podcast when she's home in October?
Yeah.
And she replied, "I'd be honoured and honoured." And she spelled one way correct and one way incorrect.
That's the way we like it on the show.
Yeah, so she spelled it HONOURED, which is correct, and then
God.
she used the American one without the U. So
Which is correct.
it's not.
Hopefully, she'll say more than 7 words like her family member, who shall remain nameless.
She was under
Nameless.
pressure that night. I mean, she was really put under the gun in that moment. It's
Kanye.
like, hey, we're doing a podcast. Connie, have a seat and have a chat. She's like,
She was like, "Oh my God."
Going in. So next point we have here, we have an email from one of our favourite guests and loyal listeners, Andy Henderson.
Yeah. Another great show he was on. That was
that
hysterical.
was one of the funniest ones we've done. Yeah, that's something of my top ones. So, hey guys, loving the pod. Good appearance from Chuff last episode. As much as I'm enjoying the show, I feel as there's something missing. Braw or Naw is a stable classic that gets listeners involved, but I feel the show lacks a game.
Ooh.
Something that the listeners can play along with at home. Some pods I frequent have games, and it's a great way for a little more engagement, and it's always funny. As you're all into music, I have a suggestion for a game called Lyrical Genius. Name can be reworked. Basically, you and the guest can take part and keep a score tally. The game is up. The game is afoot. There are 5 songs per game. Each song has 6 lyrics lines chosen by whomever. I've attached an example. And the host says the first lyric, and the contestants have to guess the song. A correct guess after the first lyric line is 10 points, second 8 points, so on and so forth. With all the lyrics / lines getting a little bit less obscure as you go. I have attached a spreadsheet of the game. This might not work as the first play as its current chart stuffs, so I don't know how Jordan would do. It serves as an example. You can also get listeners to supply their suggested songs, which have to be related in some ways. What are your thoughts? So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you reckon?
Yeah, what do you think?
It's kind of like, remember the Sky One show, Don't Forget the Lyrics?
Yeah. I had an idea based on this. So, Chuff has a book that says rap lyrics so that you and your grandma can understand.
Right.
And it's like, so they've changed the rap lyrics and put them into like correct spelling and grammar.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could bring that along.
Oh, that's yeah, and you can
And
read
I'll read out
the song.
I'll read out the translated verse, and you guys have to try and guess.
So we've got to get, you're going to read the translated version, we've got to guess what the actual proper lyrics
Yeah.
are.
How big is the book? Is it a lot of?
It's quite a thick book. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's try that.
Yeah,
Let's
sure.
do that next week.
Bring that along,
Yeah.
see if that works, and we'll come up with a name through the week.
When I looked at Andy's spreadsheet, I was struggling with it because he had things like Katy Perry and Drake and stuff like that, which I'm just not.
Yeah, see, that's what we would struggle with because, like, I like the pop hits or top hits, and you may even be able to get some of them, but you probably wouldn't get a lot of that. So,
Well, what we'll do is we'll see.
Thanks for that, Mike.
Let's
no,
say
I'm just saying, you like that boom bap? You know what I'm saying?
All about that synthwave at the moment, man. I've gone very
Synthwave.
80s, so that's for another time.
Yeah, but I think that's a good idea, getting a game in there. That gives you the chance to make some game show music, put your skills to the
Don't
test.
need any invitation, mate.
And now,
so I think we'll be launching into what we've been listening to.
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
I'll kick things off. We'll make some of this. So I am so far behind on podcasts and everything with my new job. I've not had the chance to listen to them. I've started watching Community. I don't know what Mike's heard about this. So it's a comedy from a few years back, American comedy about 6 people who meet at community college and just their like trials and tribulations, and it gets proper weird and is probably one of the funniest shows I've watched.
Yeah.
Features a very young Childish Gambino,
yes.
a very old Chevy Chase, and a very handsome Joe McHale.
Oh.
But yeah, me and Chuff have been binge watching that the last week, and it's fucking hilarious. Like,
Yeah. What's on Netflix?
no, it's on 4OD.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'll check that out. Yeah.
We're about halfway through the second, so it's like proper long because they're only half-an-hour episodes. So first series is 23 episodes, so we just finished that. But it's proper. Like some of the episodes, there's one episode that's just completely stop motion.
Oh man.
Like that, the entire episode is stop motion, and like they do like sort of not themed episodes, but there's like underlying bits from pop culture and movies and stuff that's explained through one of the characters. But
Yeah.
if you've got if you just want something easy watching, like say half an hour of pops on 4OD, bash on Community. I will give that a 9 bananas out of 10.
The ratings all here when I googled it are all like 85%.
Oh,
rotten
it's
tomatoes and all that kind of
sensational,
stuff.
man. It's really, really fucking good. Like, it's
Watch an episode when
stick with it because it's not slow burning, but like it starts off good, but when it gets into it, it is like proper like fall over funny. There's the Childish Gambino and so Donald Glover, and his character is called Troy, and another character called Abed. They always do these wee cut scenes after the credits, and the first one, as I'll show you guys after this, is like. I can't. We'll put up the clip on the thing because those who have seen it will like it, and those who haven't seen it will give you a tune to be stuck in your head.
Oh, I like that.
Also, the only other thing I've listened to is Eminem's new album, Kamikaze. Man, he's no bothered anymore. He's just going for
he's
everybody.
ready now. Yeah.
Like I've listened to it a couple of times. It was good. It was like there was some really good songs on there. I think it was a million miles better than Revival.
Hell yeah.
Which is what he was slagging. He was getting off at people for not liking it, but I've got to say, man, Revival was pish.
Revival shit.
The bad thing is that Eminem seems to only able to be good is when he's fucked off at something.
Yeah.
He seems to be able to tap into like another level, and he just goes through whatever. And like, I think my favorite one's Ringer. The first song.
Oh yeah, that's
the
my
other
favorite.
one is that Good Again, Chicken Wang, Fuck a Bang. Fucking love that bit. Yeah, there's a good song on there about D12.
Yeah, that song's good too.
Open,
That's one of my
and
favorites.
then what's the one that he just runs through Drake? Which one?
Third track.
Is
I
it
think
Fall?
is. Yeah, Fall. That's
Fall.
what it is,
That's a
yeah.
good one as well. Yeah, he's not a big fan of the old Driz.
No, I think he said it wasn't really aimed at Drake, but it clearly sounds
There's
like
a
it
lot
is.
of like Drake specific, like the bit where
Yeah.
he's at when I stole that verse. Well, I stole the song on that feature. What was the song he was on?
It ain't no mean nothing to y'all.
Yeah.
That song.
Sorry, I took forever. Is that so? When I
Forever,
stole a verse on that feature, sorry, I took forever. I'm like, that's a direct shot
Yeah.
at Drake. But I don't know about you, Mike. I would give it 7 bananas.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. All the songs that you mentioned, I liked a lot. I don't know if it was like his last album was so terrible and this album is like listenable and it's like, oh wow, this is really good, or if it was really a good album. But I still give it a 7. I thought it was really good. It sounded like old Eminem.
Yeah.
And it's hard for artists to have that kind of staying power to be in the game for that long. And I think he deserves some credit for that.
I think I was saying this to Chuff the other day. Like, what I like about Eminem, I think, is different from a lot of rappers. Is his voice is almost uses it like percussively.
Yeah.
Like the way he hits a beat can almost sound like an extra instrument. Like the way you can shape his vocal. Like there's that bit in Ringer where he just rhymes off words that mean nothing. Good again, think a bang, chicken, and like that shit like that, and it just sounds like it's snappy and it hits off the beat really well.
Did you hear? Andy, what did you think of it? You heard it.
5 bananas.
5 bananas. That's good for
That's
Andy. though.
better than I thought he was going to give it.
No, I thought the beats were shit. I mean, his career for me has been slipping for a long time.
has.
So
Yeah.
here's my big argument: is I don't think there's anything special about it. I think what a lot of people are going, oh my God, shots fired, shots fired. Oh, this is the most insane thing. Everyone, because he's dropped a line in about Drake and then he's dropped a line about Little Yachty or whatever. It just seems to me a guy in his middle age, he just isn't relevant anymore. And the only thing he can do to make himself relevant is to go out and fire like a machine gun a bunch of shots that don't really mean that much.
No.
A
But
bunch
that's
of
well,
other
'cause was
artists.
it this Machine Gun Kelly as well as apparently released a diss track
Yeah,
about him?
and it's very good too.
I've heard it's good, but the thing is, you can't really diss a guy like Eminem who's built his career on dissing himself.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems.
Diss whoever you want.
I know you can, but like, it just seems like what the review I heard is a good song, but he's not really saying anything that Eminem hasn't said about himself.
Yeah.
Over the years.
It's just another guy piggybacking, probably going, well, if I put this out now, I've got more of a chance of getting
Yeah.
a couple of 100,000 views on Facebook, and maybe
Definitely,
it'll
yeah.
go viral. And
definitely.
it looks like it is, because we've all seen it.
Yeah. I don't even know who this
I've not
Machine
watched
Gun
it,
Kelly
but
is. I've not
saw
listened
it.
He's
to
been
it.
around for a while,
I
Machine.
saw it on
But,
Facebook.
Kelly.
yeah, so that was my ones. What about you, Mike? What you been on this week?
I've been listening to. Do you guys remember Lloyd? He was with. You remember he sung the chorus and "I Can Make Your Bed Rock." That song.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
with Cash Money for a while. He just dropped a new album. It's called True. Very, very good. R&B, smooth stuff.
Yeah.
Eminem, of course, I said 7 bananas. Doja Cat. Have you ever heard of this chick, Doja Cat?
No.
She sings a song called Moo. You're gonna hate it, Andy, because you hate everything that I like. I don't like it,
That's
but
not true.
I don't like it, but it's just catchy and she's dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's trying to be dumb. I'll put a link to it on the Facebook page. It's pretty funny. It's unique.
Nice.
The song. Magic for Humans. I don't think I said this last week, but it's like a comedy show on Netflix.
I've seen this on Netflix. I've not watched it, but I did see it did pop up.
It's very good. Yeah, I was watching it with my daughters the other night. It was very good, and it's still. Everyone loves magic. You know what I mean? Everyone likes seeing that stuff. And even if you're like, oh, I know how he's doing that, you're still in it, and it's good to. It was good to share that with the girls. Something new to watch with them.
Yeah.
Eye in the Sky. Have you guys seen this yet? So it's about it's a couple of people in the British government, and it's a couple of people in the army, and they're trying to track down some. People in ISIS. So then they spot them. They use like these drones, and they fly over, and they see these guys go inside, and they manage to get like a camera inside the house as well, and they can see them loading up like the explosive vests, and they're like, all right, we need to drop a bomb on this house now. But then a girl comes by and she starts selling bread like a kid. So then like, oh, well, we have to do everything we can to minimize casualties. So then it just goes through this whole thing about how it has to go up the ladder to like the prime minister and then back down. And then once the chain of command comes back down and they give the green light for them to drop the bomb on there, something else changes. Another kid comes and the situation keeps changing. And it's just a really good movie for the amount of like work that it took to go into it. It's only shot in like 3 or 4 places. And for the amount of like energy that it has and just how tense it is, it's just a really, really good movie. It was on I think it was on Channel 5 last week at some point.
I think those films like that, the payoff's either fantastic or they're guff.
Yeah.
But when they get those type of things right, it's like...
I saw the trailer for it. This was a while ago. We were watching Batman and Superman, actually. So that was a long, long time ago. And I was like, I'm definitely going to see that. Never ended up seeing it. And then when I saw it on TV, I was like, this movie's dope. So,
2015.
2015.
Shit.
Good movie.
Yeah, Helen Mirren and Alan Rickman.
Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
I'd have a little bit of that. Like,
So,
she's like my older crush, man, about Helen Mirren.
She's really good in it. Like, super aggressive, too. She's like, we're dropping that fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Last thing, Ozark. Man, have you guys seen this show?
I've never watched it. People keep talking about it, and like it just seems to always fall at the bottom of my list.
Another show that like it's just so tense. The scenes are just so tense, and you're like, oh, how are they gonna get out of this? Really good.
What's the sort of story of it?
So there is a guy who is a money launderer, and it starts off in season 1 where he's not the main money launderer, but the people who he's laundering money for end up killing his partner, and they're like, well, we want you to do it, or we're going to kill you. So he ends up moving to a place called the Ozarks in Missouri, I think it is, to clean this drug cartel's money, and chaos ensues. Awesome. So it's really, really, really good show. It's all on Netflix now, too.
Nice.
Oh, and who said Happy last week, 2 weeks ago? That show, Happy.
I've watched a couple of episodes.
That show's wild, man.
Yeah, I watched a couple of episodes. I meant to get back into it. Who was it that was talking about it?
Was it your brother?
No, it wasn't Paul.
Who did we have on before the last guest? Was it Tim?
It was Tam.
Did he say it?
Must have been Tam that talked about Happy. Either him or Barclay.
Yeah, that show was wild, man. I watched a couple episodes last night.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to it or not, because I wasn't proper and awed by it.
No?
But we'll see. Anything else to discuss?
I'm all good. Andy, what do you got?
Andy Mark?
not much this week.
Bring it
Obviously,
in real
Eminem
close.
album, but I've talked about that.
I think you just want to produce for Eminem. That's the problem.
I'm good, bro. No,
Get out of here.
If you said that, I'd probably be like, yeah, mate, it sounds
Sure, Mr. Mathers.
That last album was brilliant, by the way.
What you did on Kim, I loved it.
No, fuck, I'd tell him.
Your beats are pish.
Yeah, that's why he's got me fucking
Tell
recruiting
Doc-
to take care of the beats.
Tell Dr. Dre.
Because he kens himself.
Dr. Dre's getting struck off.
So, no, for me this week, I've been making a lot of synthwave, sort of 80s synthwave music for next week's guest, Bobby Sanchez.
Bobby Sanchez.
So for his Twitch channel, I've been listening to a synthwave band called The Midnight.
Where does that music go? Where does that music go on his channel, like on Twitch? Is it just for like interlude stuff? Or?
Yeah, so it'll be like his Be Right Back screens, donation screens, all that kind of stuff, all that, and he's got music running, so it'll be like going live in 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
All that. So he's got a playlist of about 6 or 7, maybe 8 songs, something like that. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, done a call. But this band called The Midnight that he turned me on to, because I was like, well, give me some examples of what you want your shit to sound like.
Yeah.
He sent me the stuff, so I've listened to, I think they've got 2 EPs, listened to them both, and they're just masterpieces. Really, really good. Not watched a lot of telly, as per, I don't really watch telly like you guys do, so it's just been a lot of YouTube for me. Been binging out on a YouTube channel called Binging with Babish. This guy makes food that you see in popular TV.
Is this the
and
guy with the
cartoons
really...
and stuff.
You just see his hands?
Yes.
Chuff
Oh, I saw the
fucking-
commercial for it
Chuff,
with the
Chuff
cereal.
fucking loves that. She's been watching that for ages, yeah.
Chuff, honestly, me and you can...
Is that that Midnight?
The Midnight. Yes, that's
That's
them.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
honestly, amazing. But yeah, shout out to Chuff, because Chuff kens the crack with
Chuff
Benjamin
loves-
Babish.
She loves her fucking cooking shit on
What
Netflix.
channel is it on?
It's just on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube. Okay, I'll
Just
check
on
that out.
YouTube. So he might be like there was a dish that they were doing in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and a drink and stuff like that. So he'll make like the stuff that they said they were having in the show, and it's fucking dope. They do SpongeBob
Looks
SquarePants,
delicious, man.
Friends, Frasier, all these kind of episodes. So that's really good. One last thing, not what I've been watching or listening to this week, but it's what I'm going to be doing in a couple of days. And just to give a shout out to a wee event we've got going on down at the Green Room.
Yeah.
So we've got now an event hosted by a friend of the show, Barkwright.
Shout out Barkwright.
It's called Thursdays First. So
Nice.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of hip hop artists and that kind of thing getting together.
Oh,
I'll be
nice.
there doing a beat set that will melt your fucking head.
Ooh, what
you
day is
best-
that?
Yeah, when is that?
Thursday night.
This Thursday.
This Thursday coming.
I may come down.
9:30 onwards. Free entry. We've also got a raffle as well. So can I just read you some of these raffle prizes?
Gan
These are
for it.
fucking
Gan for it.
dope. We've got a 1 hour video shoot with Vindicam Sound. So that's like a music video, so to speak.
Nice.
That kind of thing. We've got a tattoo voucher valued at 50 quid from...
Damn.
I can't remember who that's from again. Can't remember what tattoo shop it's from. I'm sorry about that, but we've got a £50 there for that. There's a £30 voucher for Shamanic. And also we've got a winner's choice of either a bottle of tequila or a bottle of Sambuca.
Oh, shit.
So not only is there going to be dope hip hop, good bands on, artists, obviously yours truly doing a beat set,
Yeah.
blowing up the PA system, and we got prizes, raffle tickets, all that kind of good shit as well. So it's also Freshers Week this week.
Oh.
So if you want to get down to see some bands and shit like that, you know where to find me.
Get her pumped.
Bro, I can't, man. Like some of these kids
No,
are
they're
like
18.
fucking 18, 19. That's wrong.
There for the music.
Here, man.
There for the
That's
music.
wrong.
It's your life, Andy, man. It's your life, son. Right.
Way to flip it around.
See,
on
I'm
Jordan.
glad as well, actually, because the next Blend and Stand Out has been moved to the 21st of September.
Word on the street is it may actually have been cancelled. I need to confirm
no.
this. So
Well, that's
I will
it's
let
all
you
right
know
for us
next
because
week.
we've got our draft that night anyway.
Oh, do we?
We've got our fantasy basketball draft
Is
on the
that
21st.
Oh, because that's more
Do
important
we?
than going out to
It's once a
support
year, mate.
local independent artists and
We're local independent artists, you
get out
prick.
there and support everyone
Aye,
else.
well, but this is only that we sat and this came out as like trying to arrange a date when you're an adult.
Oh, God.
And there was like 8 of us trying to nail on a date before the season
It's
starts.
tough. It's
And
tough.
It's fucking nightmare. So
I know, I'm winding you up. It's all right. It's cancelled then.
I'm
It's okay to the next
that's right, yeah, because I'm itching. I've been writing some extra stuff down, so I want to fucking get a date so I can actually give myself something to work towards. That's my problem. If I don't have a deadline, I always put shit off. Whereas if I know I've got to work towards a date, I'll have my 5 minutes
Is it
timed
the
and ready.
21st? I think I'm working the 21st. That sucks.
Oh, you're gonna have to do it online.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, wait. It's not the 21st. 21st of September.
yeah, it's a Friday.
Oh, no, I'm off.
This sounds like stuff we should do off here.
You're right,
Anyway,
yeah,
thank
I'm
you
off.
very much, ladies and gentlemen. That has been this week's episode of Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. Shout out again to our sponsors, Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. No job too small. Gas safe registered. Give him a shout. Facebook, Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. Thank you again to our sponsors for providing us with our new microphones. Shout out to Andy Mack on the ones and twos as per usual.
Thanks, mate.
Find us on, email us at monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. We are on Twitter, MSF_face_podcast.
Underscore Facebook?
I'll do that again, MSF_podcast. We are on Facebook, Podbean, and Spotify, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. My name is Jordan Patrick, and I'm on Twitter at Wagwan Patrice.
My name is Mike Dots.
Yeah!
I am on Twitter at _M Dots. Are my levels good? No, I'm joking.
And you'll get me on Twitter at Macapella.
Thank you once again. Get in touch with your Braw or Naws feedback, or if you think you could talk some shit with us, get in touch. Shout out again to our sponsors, Paul Patrick Plumbing and Heating. Good evening, good night, peace.
Peace.
Monkey sword, fight, fight, monkey sword, fight, 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 monkey.